Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today I want to talk firstly about the newest, leaks, but are they well, they are leaks now, let's consider them as leaks. The new ATV and servo turret leak, which I more or less went over on a stream last night for those of you who joined me on that. I'm just going to briefly go over them, give my thoughts on them, but mostly this video is dedicated to the problem with the Primaris balance in the actual tabletop game. Now, I am a massive Space Marine fan. I'm a huge Primaris fan. I'm everything Imperium, basically. But Space Marine is basically my niche when it comes to that market. And even I'm now approaching Space Marines as like, okay, this seems too broken to even take on the tabletop. Do I really want to deploy this? Because the people I'm going to be playing, are they really going to be getting the enjoyment out of me playing the game now? So let's jump in and let's have a little talk. So for those of you who are not aware, I was told, and I spoke about this on my stream a couple of nights ago. I actually spoke it on the other night as well. The Firestrike servo turret, the Invader ATV quad, the Necron Invader and the Necron Walker as well. Sorry, the name has slipped my mind at the moment. Is all going to be coming out very, very soon. When I say soon, I don't think it's going to be August. I think it's going to be September-ish. It is not dropping with the codexes, the Necron Codex or the Space Marine Codex. It's going to be coming out before that. So we expect them probably in the next month or something like that. So this is why we're really seeing the leaks when it comes to the Firestrike servo turret and the Invader ATV quad. And quickly, let's just go over some of these and let's just talk about it. So the Firestrike servo turret, you can see it in the background now. This can come in 1 to 3, so you can take a unit of 3 of these. So technically, you can take 9 in the game, since one unit can be tripled. You know, the rule of 3, so you can take 9 of these into a game. So movement is free, which is very, very strange. I cannot imagine this moving. The images we've all seen, it looks like it. You know, as soon as you drop it down, it stays there, unless a tech marine gets out and physically pushes it up the battlefield. One of the things that we were talking about on the stream the other day is that since it does have movement, that means you can advance it. So if you roll 6, it can move 9 inches. And if it does move 9 inches, then you can still charge with it. And since it does have the keyword vehicle, technically you can shoot into combat then with it as well. So you can actually shoot with your twin accelerator can into combat. So you can actually tie up a unit and still do damage to it if you want to. Anyway, the weapon skill is 3+, ballistic skill is 2+, strength 4, toughness 5, wounds 5, attacks 2, leadership 8, and save is 2. You can see what we've got there, twin accelerator cannons, which is heavy 6. By the way, there was a lot of talk about what we're talking about, the accelerator cannons. Does that mean some more units are going to get a buff when it comes to the accelerator cannons? Most of the suppressors and stuff, because I think they're heavy 2 at the moment, and this is heavy 6. So does that mean they're going to get an extra shot when it comes to it? Again, we'll have to wait and see till the codex comes out. But the range is 48 inches. Again, heavy 6, strength 7, AP -1, damage 2. Twin lance cannon is 24 inches, heavy 4, strength 9, AP is -3, damage is D6. No abilities on these weapons. You can see the faction keywords: Imperium Redactus Astartes, keywords vehicle, artillery, which is funker, and Firestrike servo turret. But let's move on to the Invader ATV, because I think this is what's concerning me now when it comes to balance with Space Marines. So the Invader ATV quad is 4 power, and we actually figured it out on the stream the other night. It's 85 points to take this with a multi-melter, which you should be taking it with. The Gatling cannon, if you like Gatling cannons, take it. But if you want to be putting out max damage, then you probably want to be going with a multi-melter. So again, you can take 9 of these in a game, because number of you can take is between 1 and 3. Each one of them count as like an entire unit. So again, you can take 9 of these. If you take a 3-man squad of these, it's 255 points, which is incredible for what you can do. So the movement is 14, which is massive. Weapon skill 3+, ballistic skill 3+, strength 4, toughness 5, wounds are 8 on this, attacks 4, leadership is 7, and save is 3+. Now, if we go down to the weapon profiles, bolt pistol is just normal bolt pistol. Let's just throw that out the window. Multi-melter, 24-inch range, heavy 2 on the multi-melter now. Multi-melters were heavy 1, so does this mean multi-melters are going to be changing to heavy 2, or is it just this weapon? Again, we'll have to wait and see. Sorry, it's just this vehicle. We'll have to wait and see. Strength 8, AP -4, and it's D6 damage. And the abilities in this, when an attack is made with this weapon, hits a target that is within half range, that attack has a damage characteristic of D6 +2. So you're doing a minimum of 3 damage if you're within half range with this. Now, we're talking about different chapters when it comes to using this. The Imperial Fist, since it's a heavy weapon, turn 1, that is technically a minimum of 4 damage because, sorry, against vehicles, that is, vehicles or buildings. Because when you target stuff in the Devastating Doctrine as an Imperial Fist, you do extra damage, 1 extra damage to buildings and vehicles. The Raven Wing players were saying turn 1, it's a 30-inch range. You can, put this, I forgot what the bloody Raven Wing vehicle's called now, where you have like the -1 to hit it with. You can have stuff like with the White Scars where you can move, advance, shoot, charge, do all the ridiculous things you can do. It is getting to a point now where if I take these, I'm kind of concerned that the person I'm going to be playing with is going to turn around and actually say to me, I don't really want to play against you because some of the stuff you have in your arsenal now is very, very broken. Because if we compare the Necron stuff, what was in the Indominus box set, to the Space Marine stuff, I would highly argue that the Space Marine stuff just dominates it. Completely dominates it. The feedback I'm getting from people is that they're kind of demotivated now into the hobby when it comes to people who are playing Xenos, Chaos, anything bar Space Marines really, is that they don't really want to play against Space Marines anymore. And one of the main problems is that Space Marines is a massive popular faction. You can argue this is why it's such a popular faction, because of some of the stuff that Space Marines are getting. I, for one, love Space Marines no matter what. I would love them if they were bottom tier. Of course, at the moment, they are definitely top tier. But for me, as a personal opinion, I absolutely love Space Marines. I don't care where they are. I just enjoy playing them. But what I also enjoy is having a fun experience. And again, if I start deploying, multi-melters that can do like the heavy 2 stuff, I don't think I'm personally going to be having fun in that game, because I'm going to be finding it too easy to actually take things down. Now the boards have gone smaller. The game is a lot faster paced, I would argue, now as well. Yes, cover is a massive thing in the game, and you can argue about that, like putting your units in cover. Again, completely agree with that kind of subject. But with certain things, like we can put these in reserve and come in and shoot enemies and stuff like that, especially if you're taking like 3 of these. 255 points is an incredible point cost for bringing 3 of these. As an Imperial Fist, I think I figured out if the dice gods are on your side and you get like the max damage and stuff like that, which will probably never happen, but you can put out 52 wounds with just 3 of these, which is just completely insane when you come to think about it. Like when you go to tournaments now, or like when tournaments reopen now, at the moment I don't think there's any tournaments going on with the whole crisis, Nurgle's plague in the world. But when it eventually does reopen, is it just going to be like Space Marines versus Space Marines now? Which is, for me as a Space Marine player, is not fun. I actually love playing against Eldar, Tyranids, Necrons, and Orcs and stuff. I love playing against all these races because that's what 40k is to me. It's all these massive races. I already have a setting where it's just Space Marines and Space Marines, and that's just Horus Heresy. But the way the rules is now, and of course tournament players want to win, which is, of course, that's what everyone's out to do as a tournament player. You're out to win, you're out to be the big dog, which is completely fine. But I think it's just going to turn into now tournaments are just going to be, all right, I have this Space Marine army, you have this Space Marine army, because they are the best army at the moment. I'm not saying that everyone's going to be playing Space Marines, but I highly think that the majority of people going to tournaments will be all Space Marine players. And for me, I personally just wouldn't want to take part in a tournament that is just mostly Space Marines. It just doesn't. I just won't get any fun out of it. And again, I have to make it clear that this is my personal opinion. I'm not saying that goes for everyone. Maybe people love playing against pure Space Marine armies and stuff like that. It's just for me, it just doesn't seem fun. I like the mix of armies and stuff like that. So yeah, again, that's just my personal opinion on when it comes to the tournament scene. I'm not a huge tournament player. I've been to a few. So people, like, oh, how dare you? I'm a tournament player. I don't mind this. Of course, that's your opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. Marine. And I know there's been a lot of talk about fatigue when it comes to the Space Marine line as well. You know, like every release has to have a new Space Marine vehicle or character or something to do with Space Marines. I can see the argument with that. I definitely can see that, but I can also argue against it as well, saying, well, basically they are replacing the Space Marine range. That's what they're doing at the moment. For those people who think Firstborn Marines are going to be around forever, I personally think they won't be. I've said this, you know, between 5 to 10 years, we probably won't have any Firstborn Marines left. So that's why you're seeing like this big push of Space Marines lately. It's just because they're basically replacing the entire range. And since Space Marines are the popular range, or most popular range, they need to do it as as quickly as possible to keep generating that profit and stuff like that. It's just the way that GW are functioning at this moment. Of course, I would love to see more Xenos armies, more Chaos armies. This is the thing I want. I've been saying now, I think the next big army that deserves the love that the Necrons got in terms of models and new design is the Eldar. Hopefully, new Phoenix Lords, just new everything that's like resin, or just metal. There's still metal models. They just need to be slung away and redone, and hopefully that'll be coming very, very soon. I know we got a little glimpse of that trailer of things to come, and we saw an Orc, and we saw a couple of other things, Sisters we saw as well, which kind of surprised me because the Sisters have just had a brand new army, but then again, here's me arguing about a brand new army and bloody Primaris getting everything every other week. So hopefully there is more Xenos stuff absolutely on the horizon. But anyway, let's get back to the main subject about being Space Marines and the overpowerness that they are. What I don't want to become as a Space Marine player, because that's what I am. I am a Space Marine player. I will always be a Space Marine player. I don't want to be that guy that turns up to a game and people think to themselves, I don't really want to play this guy because I know it's got to go. It's not going to be a fun game. I know certain armies that were like that, and that's where my thought process. Do I really want to play this army? Because I know what's going to happen. I'm just going to get absolutely my tin rattled all over the board, and it's not going to be a fun experience. And I think I'm actually moving into that category now, and that's one of the things that I would never want to be. Even though I take lists that don't abuse stuff, yes, when I do tournaments and stuff, and a lot of people say, you take executioner tanks. I only take executioner tanks against my friends because they all play knights. That's why I have so many executioner tanks. It's just my little gaming circle. But, I like to play friendly Space Marine lists, but even like the intercessor spam, where I just take intercessors as troops. That is very, very powerful as well. It's like anything I take as a Space Marine now is really, really powerful, because that's where Space Marines are at the moment. They're good in all areas. Troops, heavy, fast attack. They're good. They are, I personally think, kings of the hill. So with anything you take, you've got to perform extremely, extremely well. And the person who's got to be on the other end, if he's not a Space Marine player, that is probably going to have a bad time against your armor. Really, the only way to fix this is to bring more balance into the games. Again, I would also argue that GW tend to do this, where they make something very, very powerful because they want it to sell. It is a marketing ploy, I personally think, and then they nerf it in a couple of months. I definitely think this Invader ATV is going to be nerfed in a couple of months. I guarantee it. Once people play with it, once they've sold enough and stuff like that, I think they will numb it down, where maybe like the D6 plus 2, or I don't know, maybe the range on the multi-melt. I'm not too sure, but something will have to happen. Points go up, something like that to make it more in line and more balanced actually in the game. I'm just going to call the video there. I'm up late tonight. I've been painting my Chapter Master Valrak model, so I decided to do this video while it's drying and stuff like that, because again, I have been getting a lot of feedback of people, and I'm with you. I'm with you about Space Marines being with every launch and stuff. I'm with you, like Xenos, Chaos, they need more love when it comes to the rules and the models. Hopefully it happens. And I'm a Space Marine fan, but at the end of the day, I'm a 40k fan as well. I want to see all the armies get love. I want to see people. I want to see the game as balanced as possible, so we all have fun on the tabletop. We all enjoy slinging dice, and we all have a good time at the end of the day, because that's what it is. This is a game. We're supposed to be enjoying ourselves, and I really hate seeing people send me messages saying, "Oh, Barak, I'm just losing inspiration now because the game is so broken and my armies can't, you know, do this and I can't do that. I just get absolutely trashed. What do I do? And I don't have an answer for him. I really don't. You know, I'm not one of those proper in-depth tactical people. And when it comes, you know, well, you should take this and this and this and this and this. It's just, I just see someone who's not having a good time, and you know, it's just a shitty thing. And you know, I just tried to cheer him up. So yeah. That's enough for me. I'm just rambling at this moment in time. So thanks for coming. Please leave your thoughts and feedback down below in the comment section, and we'll have a nice little chat down there. And yeah, let's just keep it civil. Let's be nice to each other, and as we always do, we always do that on my channel anyway. So see you down there, and we'll get talking. Right, see you in a bit. Have a great day, and bye bye.